Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good evening. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Lilam Tai, distinguished panelists, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We have heard quite a number of topics pertaining to the police force and some comments. And we also heard about various proverbs by Tan Sri Robert, Superintendent Gan, pertaining to the Chinese proverb. So I'm going to bring you one Red Indian proverb. Red Indian is this proverb is from Chief Sitting Bull, where he says, "It is better to have less thunder in the mouth and more lightnings in the hands." Right? So I don't have much time. Okay, we talk about transformation. Is the police really transformed? That is the question. Now I'm going to bring you the Selangor experience, and you decide. If you decide wrongly, I've got a 500 new cells in my IPK. You are ever willing to serve you there. All right. Firstly, we have one Colonel A.E. Young, way back in 1952. He has mentioned the future of the police force, or the Malaya police force. It should be the aim. This is what he said. It should be the aim of the police to be less and less of a force and more of a service. That is where we are going. To be less and less of a force and more of a service. So, being the leaders of Selangor, I have to lead. I have to make this such of transformation. And making a difference, it's leadership, and it begins with me first. Then it goes down. I would like to quote what Winston Churchill said: "There is nothing wrong with change if it is in the right direction." All right. When you want to change, you want to transform, we need strategy. Why? Strategy is the driving force. It is the intellectual force. It will help to prioritize and energize what we are to do. Without strategy, then you don't have any energy. You do not have the direction, you don't have the momentum, and you don't have the impact. Yesterday, Yamat Menteri have also mentioned, we can't do it alone. Precisely, that is exactly the point. We could not do it alone, and we can't do it alone. We need you, the gentlemen, the public, the community, the leaders, officers, subordinates, whatever we have, even the communities themselves. And a leader like me, to lead Selangor, I'm giving an experience from Selangor perspective, yeah? I cannot be a dictator. I can't do it alone. And I'm going to bring the force to listen to the public. What is their demand? What do they want? We have to hear what people are saying about us. And then we look into ourselves. We need to deliver what they want. And when we need to deliver, we need to join efforts. We need to synergize what we have, our resources. Our resources is not within the force itself. It's also within the extended family of the force, the PVR, the Police Volunteer Reserve, so many others, inclusive of Rela, Jaipam, and the lot. But the most important thing, when we wanted to do this, we need to have the human connection. This is very vital. Whatever we have said today and yesterday, it is all about human relation. All right. IGP, when I took over, he said, these 4 CPOs, these are the anchor states, Penang, Johor, Selangor, and KL. You put up your own master plan. This is the wisdom of Tan Sri Ismail Omar. He has given us the opportunity thinking. So each 4 of us, we form up our strategic planning, or we call it the master plan. So as a leader, I have to select the war. I have to choose which war, which territory that I need to change, which territory that I got to focus on. So I selected 4 points. One is omnipresence, reaching out, aggressive policing, and managing successes. Why did I have that gentleman over there? Will get more hairs than me. Okay, he's a brilliant guy. But what did he say? The world out there is a dangerous place, not because of evil, but because people who looks on and do nothing. That refers to you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. So we come back to the word there, responsibilizations of crime control and prevention. It is all our responsibility. The police are the public are the police. It is all our responsibility. It is not I-centric, it is we-centric now. We are moving forward. Now, after having made the plan, I have to sell the plan. How did I sell the plan in Selangor? I went to all the 14 districts, day and night. I met up with all the corporals, the supervising officers, from corporal right up to the OCPD, officer in charge of police district. They hear what I plan from the horse's mouth, from me. And they can shoot questions to me. I will explain to them. Let them have a bigger picture. This is very important for them to accept the idea. They need to understand. Otherwise, they won't be able to do their part. Or the OCPDs and the supervising officers won't be able to solicit support from the men under their supervision. And when the CPO is a chief police officer, explain to themselves directly, they listen from the horse's mouth. I will take them about leadership. That begins, all leadership is an affair of the heart. They have to do it. They need to understand in order to exert the change. The need to connect to people, to listen as much as to share of ideas and to be involved, making them involved. It all comes from the heart. Human relation. I still believe, and I still concur with what Robocop is saying in the movie Robocop. What he says is that we are only human. Whatever you have mentioned, the police should do this, should do that and all that, the capacity and all that, whatever it is, we are only human. So we have limitation, we have capability. So we need really to make them understand what to change. So selecting the walls just now, I've selected the 4 walls. The 4 walls of omnipresence, aggressive policing, and the other 2 is the walls that I'm going to place the ladder upon. I'm going to put the ladder on the wall for my men, my officers to climb. So these are the 4 territories, inclusive outreaching and managing successes. These are the 4 territories that we are going to embark. And in Selangor, we have done that since January 2011. Firstly is omnipresence. This is what the public wants. They want to see the police. They want to feel the police. The presence of the police is felt. So what do we do with this omnipresence? Number 1, I embark into one ops payung. We call it Operation Payung. An umbrella. An umbrella can go easily anywhere, even to shopping complexes. It has no barrier. It has no walls. Unlike the vehicle, people are very shy to go. They shun away from policemen. But now the policemen are transparent. They sit there under the umbrella, omnipresence. The umbrella itself is a logistical element where we show the police presence. And then the men will go around the beach. Normally, the police, the way they do their job, in 4 hours, they'll do their rounds, they'll be all over. The principle is this, very simple. If the public moves, moving public, the police must be static. That is one principle. If the public is static in your houses at night, the police must be moving. Simple principles of policing. So when the public move, the police is static, they can be seen, they can be felt. When they are static, the police are moving, they can be seen and they can be felt. And when they do this, the Payung concept or the Payung operation, we have got a lot of positive feedback. We do have negative, no doubt about it. Why? Because we are in the form of transformation, in the form of changing. So we have got a lot of weaknesses. My men, the policemen, we are trained to be tough. We are trained to command. So the way we interact at times, I do admit, I surrender, I do admit, sometimes we are a bit rough. Because we were trained to be that manner. The parade and all that. Normally we give command and then we publish there and then. Okay, but then again, when they have went to few places, like in a day, one team is 4 hours, 4 areas. 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes. So they can be seen in 4 different places, omnipresence. And when they go round, in that payung, they are in uniform. So in uniform, in other words, the official police presence are there. If they go undercover, they wear civilian clothes, they can't be seen. Because it would defeat the purpose of omnipresence. And when they go around, they stop and talk. This is a mandatory and it will be noted down. They have to stop and talk. Good evening, sir. How are you? Do you have any problems here? Is there any addicts here? Is there any criminal cases occurs around this area? They have to talk. Stop and talk. Meet and greet. To meet and greet. A lot of interaction and then public engagement. It has to be done. Another method where we want to do our omnipresence is by going around to the residential areas, especially prominent people. We go down and knock at their doors. Good evening, sir. I'm Constable so-and-so. In our area, the way we do our policing, we break into sectors. Your house, sir, is under Sector 2, and I'm in charge of Sector 2. This is my card. The sector PC will give the respective residents their call card. Their call card. They have got 4 languages there, numbers, handphone, personal number. This is in creating personal touch. So in case you are in trouble, normally they will call the police station and then there is no personal touch. That policeman or that police woman will start asking, what is your name, which is your house, and everything. But the moment you have got this good personal touch, you call the corporal, call the constable directly, you know where is your house. Second point, reaching out. All this while, majority of the police all over Malaysia, what we are doing is more or towards patronizing. When we organize dialogues, we organize exhibition, and then we have tea, coffee, we exchange memento, we shake hands, we move out. That is patronizing. Now we want to move one step higher, the level of partnership policing. So in partnership policing, we open up with talent spot. Every contact counts. In other words, when the OCS, Officer in Charge of District Station, when they go down, they will identify. They will talent spot. They will talent spot which are the neighborhood, potential neighborhood leaders. Yeah, which are the potential neighborhood leaders. When doing this talent spotting, they will note down. And my NKRA department will collect all these names and addresses. In Selangor, we do call victims. IGP have mentioned yesterday. We do call victims and complainants. And it is also recorded. And one criteria, they must not use their own handphone. They must use the force handphone in order for me to check. We need to check and balance. Whatever strategy that we have done, we must have monitoring and evaluation. So calling of the victim is another thing. We call them up, okay, sir, yesterday, 2 days ago, you lodged a police report pertaining to the your house was broken into. All right, do you have any information? We are still investigating, we have got nothing. Did any of your neighbors tell you anything? Did any of your friends tell you anything? This is service after service. It's been done in Selangor. I believe my brother officers in other contingents also do that. Again, this was mentioned yesterday. The most important attribute of networking operation is trust. Continuity, sustainability is a challenge to us. We can do lots. How can you expect me to go to every residential area? How can you expect the OCPD to go to every now and then to the residential area? What are we doing? Professor Dr. Sundaramurthy, he is mentioning the policemen flock in one area. So what are they doing? Are they doing their core business? Are they doing politicking? But then again, we have to create trust. We have to be there. We have to engage with them. So we will find time. We are working more than 24/7. In the end, what is happening? It is actually, we are creating social transformation. The community learn what strategies work to reduce crime. Likewise, our policemen also learn from the localized area, localized problems to reduce crime. And it also gives us pressure to work more, to create more residential areas, to create more privately rounds, to create more awareness from the public. And we gang up together, as we have said, we centric with other agencies. I know some commented about the military, but you must go beyond looking at that superficial word, working with the military. Yeah? And what is the ultimate target when we do lots of community policing in Selangor? We have achieved a lot of public participation. They have created a lot of residential association, or resident association. Yeah? And SAR goes reported. What is SAR? SAR is not search and rescue. SAR is suspicious activity reports. This is very pertinent to police operation. The moment somebody enters into that area, I can quote you in Johor, there's one area, Taman Bandar Maharani, community policing from one area, it has spread up to two, three residence area, and went up to 9 now. And not a single crime since 2008. Datuk Mokhtar. Yeah? Not a single crime. Why? SAR goes reported. The moment somebody from outside enters the area, they will inform the police. Or they will stop and start inquiring. Anak siapa? Where are you from? Why are you here? Where are you going? No, the community plays their part.
Datuk, you have got another 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, how to win over it? How do we win over the community? They call out lists just now. We call them up for 3 TOT, training of trainers. 3 times we call them up and then we give them certificate, pillars of society. There we will depart a lot of knowledge to the leaders, to the neighborhood leaders. The rescue doctrine is about SOS. Yeah? SOS, application of technology. Like you can see there, the SOS button, if you press it, if you are in distress, if you have problem with your mistress, don't ever call us. We have got no time for you for that. Yeah? So, I have to cut short. So far, there are 65,759, and there are only 56 calls. 56 calls. 17 came from KL. Yeah, 17 came from KL. Then next point is aggressive policing. Or before that, what is the outcome of what we have been doing? The transformation, the change, the new initiative, the crime reduced. Lastly is managing successes. Okay, we have to balance out. This has also been said. I would not like to deliberate, but look at press agentry. Creating worthiness. Today again, Cik Azli mentioned about Nurin Azli. No, Nurin. Yeah? After so many years, again, so keep on. To me, press are agenda setters. They set what we're going to discuss. They set the agenda at coffee shops, at golf clubs and so forth, right? So, we need to do a lot of damage control. Thank you, Mr. Pressman. So, the future of policing thus rests on the developments of new hybrids that shape through different strategies. One word. You either lead by example or you don't lead at all. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.